Hi everyone, it's James Shipley, the Managing Director of Active Training World. We have never done a product review on Active Training World before, but there was a product that I've started using myself for the last week or so. I think it's brilliant, and so therefore I've asked Cameron, who owns Riixo, just to come along and have a little chat to see whether our members would be as excited to use it as I have been. So Cameron, how you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, apologies that we have to do this sort of thing in our own homes, but needs must at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. As soon as we can lift, I'll come down south and see you guys in the sunshine.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah, so John, you're probably the best person to start. Say a little bit about Riixo, and then I'll tell our members how I've been using it and what my thoughts are.
Yeah, definitely. So I'll talk a bit about the journey and the story behind Riixo. So I used to play professional rugby, and then a number of years ago in 2007, I broke my back. I was spear tackled during a match and ended up having to retire. But what I ended up doing was, whilst I was in hospital, I completed my first degree in sports science and then decided to go back to university and study to become a physio. And for the best part of about 9 years, I've been working as a physio in the NHS, private practice. I've done some stuff with professional sports clubs, and then most recently in the military. And it was actually whilst I was deployed on operations with the United Nations into Central Africa that I came up with the idea behind Riixo. So we deployed with a tented field hospital, and you can imagine a tent on the side of a desert in 50-degree heat. We had very limited access to water and electricity, but the throughput of patients we were seeing, we were looking after the 12,000 UN soldiers there, and it was elbows, knees, ankles, the sort of injuries similar to sport. So the early stage for injury recovery, and then for management and muscle recovery later on, is the ice compression, but as well heat and compression. And I was trying to find something that would work for the job. I needed it to be hard wearing, didn't require an electricity source when it was in use, and ideally didn't require ice and water. And that's where, the idea came behind the cuffs. And they are a compression cuff with an integrated gel that allows the whole unit to be frozen or heated up. But then, because of my sport background, I then recognized the crossover into the benefits to sport recovery, muscle recovery, the reducing the lactic acid buildup, reducing DOMS, muscle soreness, but as well that ability to improve cell function within the muscles, so you become better at performing, and your resistance and tolerance levels increase and improve as well.
Yeah. So do you want to just show us the cuff?
Yeah, of course. So this is
a leg cuff, isn't it? This one.
It's one of the larger ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is the calf cuff that's out at the minute is a completely seamless design. It has this integrated gel that's strategically placed over the areas of the muscle. It spent about 3 years in development, and that was to ensure that we got the right level of gradient compression in the right areas. So as an example, if you were to take a bag of ice and wrap it with cling film or one of these neoprene things with an ice pack, it can essentially become like a tourniquet. And we wanted to avoid that, or I wanted to avoid that. There was also a lot of research done into the material. So this is a silver ionized microfiber. So it's soft, it's strong, but it's also antimicrobial, which means it will last longer. It's much more hygienic. And each one will come in a custom design double insulated case. So I've recently published the data on the website, which shows that I had one of these cuffs out of the freezer and another one on the table, one in the box, and then I was using a temperature gun. And the one in the box, it was 5 hours after, and I was testing every 50 minutes, 5 hours after, and it was still at minus 15.2 degrees.
Okay.
So it really extends the use of the product. So it's the sort of thing, if you are training or doing a race or cycling to work, you put it in your bag and you can go. But then it also does heat.
That means you can start recovering as soon as your race is finished, rather than
100%.
And
yeah,
sort yourself out. You could literally, after a triathlon, you could pop this as soon as you finished your race. It could be straight on, and you can begin the recovery process straight.
Yeah, definitely. Pop it on, drive home or the bus home, and it's there. It's easy to use. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, obviously we're not racing at the moment, so
yeah,
the advantage of being able to test it that way. But I'll tell you the reason I was keen to even look at the products in the first place. I was a keen runner way back before I started active training world and stuff.
yeah,
Found my calf just couldn't cope with being able to run daily or twice daily as I've been doing sometimes then, which is why I switched into triathlon so I didn't have to run quite so much.
yeah,
And that's what led me to be interested in running triathlon and led me to start active training world. So
yeah. It's a great story.
it was
Yeah,
an annoying story because I was injured, so I couldn't do running's always been my favorite thing.
yeah,
But obviously, while we've been in this lockdown, I've had loads more time on my hands. So I've been wanting to run more, but I haven't been able to run consistently because my calf just doesn't hold up to it. So
yeah,
the last week or so, I've been using it regularly. So every time I've gone out for a run, I get it straight out of the freezer and pop it on. And I'm a busy person, so I don't have time to after I've finished a run to sit there on the sofa or whatever and be icing my leg and
yeah,
mated and stuff. I'd love to be able to have the time to do that. I just don't. Whereas this, I pop it straight on and I crack on with my day. I'm either back at my desk with the calf on, or I can go back and go around the kitchen making the kids dinners or whatever I've got to do, and I can get
that's it.
while it's recovering.
It fits in with life, and that's the one of the reasons it was created originally for the soldiers' use, is that it's not something you plug into an electricity source. It's not a big
Yeah.
cumbersome item. It doesn't have pockets or straps, so there's nothing to rip or tear. It is just out the freezer or out the box on the calf, and then you can carry on doing what you need to do. And a lot of the current evidence as well that's coming out is actually in support of movement-based recovery. So it allows you
Okay.
to keep walking around. So gone are the days of the static stretching or just having the feet up. It's actually encouraging you to be up and around.
Yeah. Actually, today I did my first back-to-back run. I haven't ran 2 days consecutively for
Yeah,
a long time. So
brilliant.
I'm swearing by it already. I do really think it's a great product that you've made.
It's great to hear. Yeah, no, it's really good, and it's great to hear that it's the positive impact it has. Because I don't know how you feel, but what I felt with rugby is it's not just a sport; it becomes part of your identity, and sort of it's a release. It's everything. So when you get an injury or a niggle, or you're not performing to the level that you know you can perform at, it has such a knock-on effect to everything else.
Yeah, it definitely does. So what about the sort of the triathlon and running community? Have they been interested in it? How are they?
Yeah, it's the triathlon community has been fantastic. We've had a lot of engagement early on. It's one of these ones where everything is arriving into the UK from Germany. That's our manufacturing partner. So we're starting to get ready to sell and move the products. And the main engagement and the best engagement has been from the triathlon community. And I think it's the mentality and mindset on quite forward thinking. It's always finding ways to improve, get that 1%, the ability to train consistently, because the sports such as triathlon, there's such a heavy demand on an athlete in the fact you've got 3 disciplines to train for. So it's maximizing the time you do get on the pool, in the pool, on the bike, on the track, wherever it might be, and knowing that one session isn't going to impact on the following session, or a heavy bike session won't impact on the run, if you're carrying a calf injury or if you're just trying to really up the game.
Yeah. Well, thanks very much for your time.
Yeah, it's been great, and I am over the moon that the calf is having benefits to you.
Yeah, cheers.
It's really good to hear.
Yeah, thanks very much.
No problem.
Yeah, and when this lockdown's finished, we'll actually meet up in person and
100%.
shake hands. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. Well, we won't go for a run because I'm a sprinter, so anything over 100 meters is long distance for me.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, have a great day, and thanks for having me.
Thanks very much.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.